Aloe vera has so many health benefits, from oral care to wound healing. We all know about the sunburns, but it's also got antibacterial and antioxidant properties to it. Come over and learn some more. Hey everybody, how are you doing? So, just finishing up my lunch, and it's time to talk about aloe. We all know aloe is good for sunburns, right? But it does a lot more. So, aloe vera, or Aloe barbadensis, is a thick, short-stemmed plant that stores water in its leaves. It is best known for treating skin injuries, but it also has several others, right? The gel that is inside the leaves, excuse me, contains beneficial bioactive compounds. And we're going to talk about them multiple times today. So it's got vitamins, it's got minerals, it's got antioxidants. All these things are super, super good for our bodies. Um, so we know that it is the most effective way to soothe a sunburn. The gel, the gooey, sticky substance, feels like a calm balm on our hot skin when we get burnt. I haven't been burnt in a very long time, which is fine by me. Absolutely. I think the last time I got burnt like really bad was in 2018 when we discovered that the first batch of homemade sunscreen that I made was not water resistant. Oops, my poor babies. But we all recovered easily because we had aloe. So, believe it or not, drinking aloe is also one of the best ways to reap benefits from the plant on the inside of our bodies. So, there is a brand. I think there's more than one brand, but this is the one that I have tried, and it is really good. I it it is got the chunks of aloe in it. But honestly, if it didn't, I'd be a little concerned it wasn't real. So if you can get past that part, it's okay. They taste actually pretty good. I only drink them personally for two occasions. Both of them were stomach issues. Um, I tasted it the first time for flavor, and it tasted really good. Second time was I got an infection in my stomach lining. I still don't know to this day why or how I really got it, but it was awful. It was so painful. It was so painful. And I went to the doctor over it, and they're like, "You have this," and I don't remember the name of it. Um, and they're like, "Here, take these pills," and I'm like, "No." So I went home and I researched all the things that I needed to do to heal myself naturally. And it was like slippery elm, and it was aloe, and all the things that like basically coat your stomach lining, right? Um, and they all have antibacterial, and they all have all these wonderful properties to them that's going to heal that up really quickly. We're going to get into it. I'll re-mention it again later. So there's a lot of did you knows, okay? Did you know that the manufacturing of aloe vera extract is one of the largest botanical industries in the world? In the US, it is found widespread, and we use it in cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, and food industries. Makes sense. If you walk down the health food and beauty aisles in the grocery store, you'll see multiple products with aloe vera, but this well known plant has a long history of medicinal use. In traditional Indian medicine, aloe vera is used to treat constipation, skin diseases, worm infestations, infections, and a natural remedy for colic. And in Chinese medicine, it's often recommended the treatment for fungal diseases. Um, it is officially listed as a purgative, which means it'll help you throw up. We don't want it to do that, but I don't feel that that's any of the benefits to it. So I don't know. That's just what they have it as. Listed as a purgative and a skin protectant by the U.S. Pharmacopoeia in 1820, and was clinically used in 1930s for the treatment of radiotherapy burns to the skin and mucous membranes. Today, cosmetic companies commonly add sap or other derivatives from aloe vera to a range of products, including makeup, soap, sunscreens, incense, shaving cream, shampoos, tissues, and moisturizers. The plant is even used commercially as an ingredient in your yogurts, beverages, and desserts. Most of us are familiar with the aloe plant and a lot of its benefits, but there's so much more than what you're thinking of. So there's 420 species of the genus Aloe. Okay, so this website I found this on said it was called Aloe barbadensis Miller. I think that might be a typo. That's what it says. It belongs in the Liliaceae family. It's a perennial, a xerophytic. I didn't look up what that meant. And succulent. It's a succulent, of course, that's green and has triangular, fleshy leaves with serrated edges. Okay, that's what we're looking for when we find an aloe plant. The geographic origin of the aloe vera is believed to be in the Sudan. It was later introduced into the Mediterranean regions and most other warm areas of the world, including Africa, Asia, India, Europe, and the Americas. Let me just tell you, I've always seen it in people's homes, right? Whatever. I went down to Disney. Um, I guess it was Universal. It's really where I recognized it. But of course, it's around Disney. Blah, 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 blah. They were huge. I've never seen owl that big in my life. I have the picture at the very beginning here that tells me, or that and folks issues today, that would illustrate to you kind of how big they are. But even still, the picture doesn't really do it justice. Like this plant was, I don't know, the size of a small shrub. No, that's even not accurate. Some of them were bigger than that. They were huge. I didn't know they could get that big, but really and ideally, why not? It's just I had never experienced it myself and saw it, so and then I did, and I was like, whoa, those are big aloes. If I find the picture, I'll import it. If not, you know, we'll see. So the aloe gel is the jelly-like substance found in the inner part of the leaf. Aloe latex is extracted from just under the plant's skin, and it's typically yellow in color. Yeah, it typically is. Some aloe products are made from the whole crushed leaf, so they contain both the gel and the latex. Um, Most people use aloe vera gel to handle like burns, sunburns, frostbite, psoriasis, and cold sores. Cold sores. But let's go even further with that. It has antibacterial properties. So that's one of the reasons it helps with sunburn, and it keeps us from getting, because people with sunburns, like really bad sunburns, they can legit get infections. But everybody now treats it with aloe, so that the antibacterial properties of it just combat that, and it never even happens anymore. They do sell it with lidocaine in it, lidocaine, and I usually buy it that way. I don't. There are pros and cons to that. As I told you before, I'm not a purist. One of the things that I do also use this, because that's one you can't ingest, right? That one's just topical. Um, but I have used it in as the base for my hand sanitizers, because I make those. I started making those in 2020, and I sold a few, not too many, not as many as I'd like to, but everybody's all like, "Ooh, it's coming from somebody's house. They might have a sickness." Very stressful and very untrue for the most of people. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because that is too controversial up front, and so much misinformation is going around about it. I'm not going to even go there. Anyway, but anyways, it's also got the in addition to the antibacterial properties, um, it has antioxidants, and antioxidants, as we know, kill free radicals, and free radicals are the things that degrade anything, really, not just us, anything. Um, so it also will reduce inflammation because of those as well. Combats oxidative stress or free radical damage. That's what it always says. And I mean, it's true. It's just sounds like superheroes. And really, and honestly, I guess it kind of is. Think of your herbs as superheroes now, superheroes of nature. So it also has vitamin A in it. Um, and that can play a more critical role in like maintaining a healthy vision, neurological function, healthy skin. Um, Aloe does all that stuff too. We're going to keep on talking about it. It also has vitamin C, and that is an essential component found in the aloe vera, because that's the part that protects the cardiovascular system and prenatal health, eye disease, even skin wrinkling. Vitamin E is also in it. All these vitamins. And that's a huge and powerful antioxidant, really good for inflammation and slows aging. Um, it's been known to treat acne. I talked about its anti-inflammatory effects and how it also has been known to help people with rheumatoid arthritis, colitis, stuff like that. It also can help with nutrient absorption. So there's over 75 different nutrients, including enzymes, fatty acids, mono and polysaccharides, antioxidants, and other phytonutrients. Um, they're all in the aloe vera. So we have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin B12, zinc, copper, selenium, and calcium. There's also carotenoids, there's polyphenols, there's salicylic acid in it, which is the stuff for the skincare, proteins, amino acids. Um, the salicylic acid specifically is antifungal and exfoliant. So you've even got that is what aloe vera does in addition to all these other things. It also does have anthraquinones, um, and overuse can cause toxicity. So it's like, don't sit there and make aloe your only drink of the day or bathe in it in 40 tons of it a day. It has to be pretty extreme. Don't worry. So we talked about how it accelerates wound healing, topically, well, like internally too, because I'm going to circle around back. It has been, our studies suggest that it is an effective topical treatment for first and second degree burns. In 1959, we're going to go into some studies now. The USDA had approved the use of ointments containing aloe vera and over-the-counter medications for treating skin burns. A 2022 study comparing different substances used for burns. Oh, excuse me. Showed that aloe had the most tremendous success. We're gonna skip over to how it reduces dental plaque. So this is interesting to me. This starts maybe formulating some things in my brain for how I can incorporate this further into my life routine, whatever you want to, what have you. So tooth decay and gum disease are prevalent health conditions, right? I mean, it is. One of the most effective ways to prevent these conditions is to reduce the buildup of plaque. That's the biofilm that's on the outside of your teeth after you exist for a couple hours. It's just what happens. A study of 152 school children aged 8 to 14. Researchers compared an aloe vera mouthwash with a standard mouthwash ingredient, chlorhexidine, hexidine, chlora, chlorhexidine, chlorhexidine. After 4 weeks of use, the aloe vera mouth rinse decreased plaque, gingivitis, and salivary streptococcus mutans, bacteria that contributes to plaque formation, making a comparable. Okay, it basically did better. Those words. Why do they have to write? I don't know. Anyway, another 2021 study concluded that aloe vera mouthwash is an effective natural alternative to chemically formulated mouthwash. Did you hear that? Chemically formulated mouthwashes. So why not? So it's also been found to be effective in killing yeast found in the mouth. Thrush, think baby. So it can help treat canker sores. We're still in the mouth, right? So mouth ulcers, people get them like on the inside of their lips or whatever when you bump something too hard, like the skin breaks open and then it like, I mean, we have so much bacteria in our mouths, it's not funny. So it's gonna, if it opens up, it creates a canker sore. I grew up knowing them as canker sores. They call them ulcers here, or I think that's what they call them here. Anyway, so it's usually from underneath the lip, inside the mouth at least, and they last for about a week, and they're very unpleasant. Studies have shown that aloe vera treatment can accelerate the healing of mouth ulcers. Now, I can contest to that. Um, Left out. Oh, sorry, I've got messages popping up there, and I was anyway. Sorry. So, anyways, the canker sores usually last for about a week. They hurt. They get in the way of a lot of things. So, putting some aloe vera gel on that spot. Baking soda also works too. But baking soda can hurt though. Aloe vera won't, because it has a little bit of an analgesic quality to it and how it cools down. It doesn't specifically have analgesics in it, but it still does. It produces that reaction in our bodies. So, a 2022 review of 9 randomized controlled trials concluded that aloe vera treatment can accelerate the healing of mouth ulcers better than other interventions. It also offers shorter healing time. So, yes, a 2024 double-blind clinical trial found that using aloe vera mouthwash can reduce the severity of radiotherapy-induced oral mucositis. Yep. RIOM. It refers to the inflammation and ulceration of the mucous membranes that result from undergoing radiotherapy. Well, let's hope none of us ever have to go through that. So, in all that, guess what? It also can heal cold sores. The Journal of Dentistry has shown that applying aloe vera gel to a cold sore, which thank God I don't ever get, um, if you apply it to the cold sore several times a day, it can help alleviate discomfort and accelerate the healing process. It is also safe when consumed by mouth, so there's no need to worry about swallowing a natural treatment. It's also antiviral. We know that it's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it's all the antis. It's all the antis. That's fun. Um, it's also anthelmintic. Okay. If you think about it, it really is because it helps with worms. Um, I'm just thinking through all these things. The amino acids and vitamin B1, 2, 6, and vitamin C are also beneficial. One of the benefits of B6, for example, is its ability to act as a natural pain reliever. Ooh, I don't think I knew that. It also helps your immune system create the antibodies that protect you. I'm learning things. Learning. That makes so much sense, though. It really does. Sorry, processing. So, in all that, guess what? It's a moisturizer. Surprise! Moisturizes hair and scalp, moisturizes our skin, moisturizes exterior, moisturizes the interior. It is a moist plant. Yes, sometimes I can be childish. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's judging. I ain't. It also stops itching. Boom. So yeah, the itching, like if you put it on your scalp, and I would recommend this. My daughter uses castor oil. My youngest, she basically like does a castor oil mask on her hair, her scalp before she showers. Of course, she has to triple wash her hair to make it come out afterwards. But we make our own. It's fine. It's fine. We make our own shampoo. So it does work. And she doesn't have any problems. But we're talking about aloe vera here. So castor oil, obviously, yes. But aloe vera will do the same. It'll have all those same benefits that it would to the interior and the exterior and the scalp and the face. It's even going to balance our pH, kind of like baking soda will. Don't come at me. I know this for a fact. Anyway, there's just so many cool things that it does. Because it helps with digestion. If it's going to balance our pH in that regard, it can also balance it in our stomachs too, because of its anti-inflammatory and laxative properties. It also will do that aiding in digestion thing. Juice from the plant helps with digestion, normalizing the acid alkaline and pH balance, reducing yeast formation, encourages digestive bacteria, and regulates bowel function. I mean, there's studies. A study reported in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that 30 milliliters of aloe vera juice taken twice a day decreased the level of discomfort in 33 patients with IBS. Flatulence also declined in the participants. However, stool consistency, urgency, frequency remained unchanged, but that's not, they noted it, but that's not something that's standard. A 2018 meta-analysis that considered 151 IBS patients showed a significant difference for patients who used aloe vera compared to like a placebo or anything for over the counter. So it'll heal the stomach ulcers. It will, because it has natural healing properties to it, can restore the stomach lining. That's the issue that I had that time. I went to not Walmart, went to Wegmans, and they carried the aloe drinks there. I'd seen them when I worked there years and years and years and years ago. Um, but they don't taste bad. You can get them flavored. Um, Again, yes, there are chunks, but those chunks are breaking down in your gut and healing it. You want those because if it's not there, is it even real aloe? Mm, I mean, yeah, you can get it down to a liquid form. Guess what they did? But they're also keeping the chunks in there so that it like they they dissolve in the heat of your intestines. There's a science behind it, kind of like the frozen castor oil pill concept, where it stays in full form until it goes through the flap that goes into your intestines. I have a whole video on it. So, in all that, of course, guess what? It also relieves constipation. So, there's so much that it does. We talked about how it benefits the skin. I've got so much more to say. There's also preliminary evidence to suggest that topical aloe vera use may help you skip signs of aging. A 2020 double-blind randomized control trial, excuse me, found that taking 40 micrograms of allosterol, which is one of the types species, increase the following: skin barrier function, skin moisture, skin elasticity, and collagen content. Didn't know all this. So the first study of this kind was surprisingly done in 1935. They used the extract and it provided rapid relief of itching and burning associated with severe radiation dermatitis and promoted skin regeneration. So, a 1996 study conducted at the Department of Clinical Physiology in Sweden included 60 patients with chronic psoriasis who participated in a random double-blind controlled trial comparing aloe vera cream and a placebo cream, right? So the cure rate in the aloe vera gel extract group was 83% compared to the only 7% in the placebo group, and there was no relapses after a year. In 2009, systematic review summarized 40 studies that involved using aloe vera for dermatological purposes. The study suggested that oral administration in aloe vera in mice effective in healing wounds, decreasing the number of size of papillomas, which are small growths, the reducing the evidence of tumors by more than 90% in the liver, spleen, and bone marrow. It also has been effective in treating genital herpes, psoriasis, dermatitis, frostbite, burns, and inflammation because it's antifungal and antimicrobial. All the antis. So let me show you. I have an aloe plant. It's not very big, but a coworker gave it to me. She retired since. But let me grab it. See? Pretty cool, huh? It's small. I only water it once a week. That's all it needs. It's healthy. Pet your plants. That's my aloe in my office here. I have a lot more at home. And not only that, um, I have a friend who's giving me some. Um, they need sun. That is something that I had to learn the hard way. My brain just doesn't process things the same way most people do. Okay, we're going into the lowering blood sugars part of it because it does. There was a clinical trials of 72 diabetic women without drug therapy were administered 1 tablespoon of aloe vera gel or a placebo for 6 weeks. Blood glucose and serum triglyceride levels were significantly decreased with aloe vera treatment. In the second trial, the effects of the aloe vera gel or placebo in combination with, I'm not going to say the word, it's an anti-diabetic medication. They were investigated, and this too resulted in a significant reduction in blood glucose and serum triglyceride concentrations in the aloe vera group. Aloe vera has been found to be effective for diabetes. People sometimes use it to treat their diabetes specifically. Like, I would not do it if you're like on medicines. Just wouldn't. But if you can come off a medicine and do it, or if you're not on a medicine, because that's the idea of like handling it pre-diabetes is so you don't have to be on a medicine, because it may enhance insulin sensitivity, which it's insulin resistance that causes it. All the junk food that we eat. 2021 review concluded that there's a moderate to high quality of evidence in favor of the effects of aloe vera in patients with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. Studies. So, of course, that means it also soothes heartburn, right? A 2015 study showed that aloe vera juice can help alleviate some of the stomach acid that causes heartburn. It can maintain eye health because of its antioxidant properties. Um, it also, therefore, then also boosts the immune system. It's healthy for us. It's going to boost our immune system. It's just the way it is. Excuse me. I need sunshine in order to function fully, and we haven't had sunshine. So, um, yeah, I need to look into stuff for the seasonal affective disorder. I think I need to officially do that. I mean, I have stuff. I take stuff. Like my anti-anxiety tincture would suffice in that category as well. Use it for all it's worth. Don't just take one thing. But anyways, we're going to go into dosage. We saw one dosage up top with like 4 micrograms or something like that was said. For constipation, you can take 100 to 200 milligrams daily. For wound healing of like psoriasis or skin infections, you would do 0.5% aloe extract cream 3 times daily. For gum disease, use a toothpaste that contains aloe for 24 weeks at a time. A high cholesterol, if you're doing it for that, 1 capsule of aloe vera containing 300 milligrams twice daily for 2 months. And for IBS, take 100 milliliters of aloe vera drink just twice daily for 4 weeks. For sunburns, use a 97.5% gel on the burn until it's healed. As I said, you can get it with lidocaine. And I also use that in my hand sanitizer base. For dry scalp, add a teaspoon of aloe vera gel to your shampoo. To protect your skin from infection and bacteria, add a teaspoon of aloe gel into your hand lotion. Those are easy ways to use it. So there's pretty much almost no risks to using it unless you are allergic to it, and that is like the rarest thing. It can happen, but it is like the rarest thing. So it is a safe remedy with very few known side effects. The only one is from misuse. Okay? So if you're going to take it every day for the rest of your life, guess what? You're going to have negative side effects because you've overdone it in your body. That's why we always talk about moderation, right? Aloe vera, with prolonged use, the latex has been linked to diarrhea, abdominal pain, vomiting, electrolyte imbalance, and changes in the anatomy of the colon. But that's with prolonged use because it's not designed to be used every single day. We have to give our body a break. There's only 4 websites this time that I've got my information from. I mean, that I can hand you in the description below. Don't forget, I didn't do any of my disclaimers at the very beginning. Oh my goodness. Somebody's going to sue me. I am an herbalist. I am not a doctor. And I read from my screen. Do I have to take this clip and put it at the end, at the beginning? Do I? Maybe. We'll see. All right. Thank you so much for being here. It's finally getting warm in my office. I have my sweater on. Say I have a thick shirt, a sweater, my heater is on right here behind me, and the door closed. That was the only way I could actually like harvest the heat, retain the heat. I don't know. Either way, it's warm in here now. I can actually open my door back up and cool it off a little bit because I think it's a little too warm. All right. Thank you very much for all your help. Thank you for those of you who helped me come up with some ideas. I appreciate that. Aloe was on the list, and now it gets to be scratched off. What would you like to discuss next? We've got gum tree, arnica, eucalyptus, elecampane. There is, I don't think I've done slippery elm yet. If I have, go find it. Marshmallow root, that's another one. Wait, I did do marshmallow root. That's really good for your digestive tract too. Put that one up there as well. And little cards. Anyway, thank you so much for all your participation. I appreciate it. Let me know down below what you would like to learn about. Let me know down below if you would like any sort of additions, takeaways. At this point in life, I can't really upgrade what I do just yet. I would like to monetize this before I upgrade to what I want to do. Anyway, thank you so much for being here and learning with me today.